Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let me see. What's the best lighting? I'm like, where? Okay, what's the best lighting? I don't know. We're having lighting issues, but let me just come on today. Let me come on in. Come on in, you guys. Come on in on this beautiful Monday. Hey. I wanted to come in and thank each and every person for all of the warm wishes that they have been giving. I want to thank each and every individual that has been just a blessing, just by words of encouragement. I'm telling you, words of encouragement is major. Blessings, Patricia. Blessings, Auntie Hilda. Blessings. I wanted to come in today. I wanted to come in and I wanted to thank you guys. Let me sit on down, hold on, because that lighting was horrible. I want to thank you guys for all of the warm wishes. Blessings. Maybe because it's hot right there. I'm telling you, when you stand in these homes with the windows just straight up everywhere, it's different things you have to deal with. But let me tell you, God is doing something amazing in this season, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. He's making the impossible possible with no effort that is needed on your behalf. All you have to do is align yourself with the things in which he's told you should do and watch him blow your mind. Blessings, cousin. Blessings, Miranda. Allow yourself to align up with the things in which God has told you to do, and he will blow your mind. Lack was never meant to be our portion. And I'm actually going to be a part of an upcoming book that's releasing this summer. That is, God didn't mean, we're not supposed to be broke. And when I tell you, I'm so serious. When I tell you, we're not supposed to be broke. Brokenhearted. Love is God, and God is not of brokenness. He's all about restoration. He's all about adding. He's all about multiplication. He's all about movement. Everything about God is progressive, right? So when we're in the blessings, thank you, blessings teammate, blessings Gina Cotton, and blessings Jody. But he is all about movement. He's about movement. When he comes in our lives, it's to literally position us in his grace, in him, so that he can show us exactly who we are in him. The thing about it is we've gone through so many seasons where we've been planted in the wrong environments, right? And these environments has allowed us to receive things that were never meant for our lives. These environments have allowed us to accept things that was never supposed to be connected to us. These environments try to take your true identity away from you so early off in life, so that you didn't even have a remnant or just even an idea of how amazing you are, right? I'm so serious. You're talking to a person that I literally fought since childhood to hold on to what I knew I had in my heart of who I was since childhood, when everything around me tried to tell me I was the complete opposite, right? And there are going to be seasons in your life when you must stand on, thank you for coming in, mother, hey Jennifer, that you must stand in on the vision that God has of even yourself. That's why when I work with my coaching clients, I tell them, close your eyes. I need you to close your eyes, and I need you to tell me exactly who that woman or that man is that you see. I want every detail. Blessings. I say, listen here, I need you to tell me exactly the person, from how you look to even tell me how you think you smell, to what car are you driving, what is the entrance way when you're walking up to your home, what is the essence of the person that is in your head, because God gives us a vision, because everything starts with a vision. Every single thing starts with a vision, and then it starts with you being able to speak and be able to move, because speak and move towards it. It only takes 3 steps to manifest anything in your life. Once you believe it, you think it, you say it, you move towards it, you do the actions required for it, you become it, right? This thing is not hard in reference to all we have to do is believe in ourselves. I'm telling you, you're seeing a person that has come from 10 straight years since childhood dealing with depression, but as an adult, functional depression, meaning that I was successfully depressed, meaning that from the outside, and it's so many of my counterparts that I know is going through this, that from the outside, everybody thinks you're doing well. It looks like you're doing good. It looks like things are going great, but you are successfully depressed, meaning that even though you got a smile on your face, you're waking up every single day with torment in your spirit of your internal battles in the battle of the mind on a daily basis, meaning that you are going through warfare every single day in your spirit, and people are saying you're so successful because you've mastered how to do things, right? We're never supposed to live, mediocrity was never assigned to us. The Lord told us, if we just go back to just reading the basic beginning of the Bible, it tells us exactly what to do and who we are. It tells us literally our lineage. It tells us the dynamics of how things are done. Mediocrity was never supposed to be connected to God's people. Kingdom people were always, that he said, we're peculiar people, meaning that you are meant to be different, meaning that you're not supposed to be connected to anything that is not of royalty, of, let's say, of kingdom living, right? See, when we take on the world's definition of how we're supposed to be is when a lot of the different attacks come in, meaning the depression and the judgment and the comparison. When you're taking on what the world wants to tell you you are, you start you judging yourself. You're connecting what they said you need to be. You're literally in a place that you can't even enjoy being who you are. You're in a place that you cannot heal because you're steady striving for things that's not in your current. You're not believing what God says you are in your spirit because you're still in the world system, right? So that's when God tells us to come on over to the kingdom principles, right? And that only requires us to do one simple thing, which is to what? He said, knock and the door shall be open. It says, seek and ye shall find, right? So if we just go to Daddy, go to the Lord and say, listen here, I surrender all that I think I want in this life or who I thought I was in this life. Lord, I allow you to be able to make me into the person that you say I'm supposed to be. See, God tells us some simple principles on how this thing works. He said, if you put me first and the things of the kingdom first, I will bless you, right? I will give you the desires of your heart, right? And he tells us if it's in my will, and then he also gives us a nice little pointer that it should be done as in heaven as it is on earth. And he told us that we have many mansions laid up for us in heaven. Why can't we not live that way on earth? Why are we not living that way on earth, right? Why are we not taking that on, that's our rightful place, that we're supposed to lead and we're supposed to be in a place that God is able to, he wants to find candidates that he can show his glory on. Just like when he searched the earth to find those very few people that had some kind of principles of what he was speaking of, he's doing the same thing in our time frame. Listen here. Blessings, Pastor Robinson. Blessings, Pastor Robinson. He's doing those same things. He's searching the earth right now saying, who can be a candidate of my glory on earth? Who can I use to be able to show the people, listen here, who I am, right? It's not about us. It's about who he is. It's about souls that need to be saved. It's about that hurt that you went through that somebody needs to hear the truth of it, not the glitz and glamour side of it. That's why I tell you all the nitty and the gritty about my life, because the way the Lord allows me to live, listen here, it's a dream. It's a dream come true on a daily basis. Listen here, I tell people that stop asking the Lord for stuff that you can afford. I ask God for everything that I cannot afford in my own might, because I need the supernatural to be working in my life, right? I need him to be able to what? Show the world that I'm her daddy. I get to give her whatever I choose to give her, right? The Lord wants to do the same for each and every one of us. He's no respecter person. Listen, if our daddy owns everything, why are we acting like, because I know when my living daddy was alive, I thought we were rich. So So I know my Father of all, the good Lord above, owns all of it. Why am I acting like I only have access to the minimal things of life? Why am I accepting the crumbs of life and trying to tell myself, psych myself out that I'm full and that this is enough when it's not enough? As long as you're living, as long as you have breath in your body, it's still something for you to do. As long as you are living, as long as you have breath in your body, it's so much that he can accomplish through you. Listen. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Let's not just listen to these things that we hear on Sundays. Let's apply this to our lives. Do it. Give yourself a 30-day challenge. Give yourself a 30-day challenge. Say, Lord, I want you to show up mighty in my life. I want you to develop me into the person that you have designed me to be. That's all the process is. So if it requires you getting stripped, because you got to know it's a process. If it requires you getting broken, if it requires you going to the pit so that you can go to your palace. I told you all how my thing went in 2012. It looked like from the outside I lost it all. I had to move back home. I hadn't been home since I was in high school and went off to college. I had to move back home. I had been, running it, making $1,000 a day doing hair. I had achieved buying my first home at 24 years old. 25 years old. I had achieved so many things that were in my might that was stressing me out. I was always an overachiever, but I was doing it in my might, right? And we can never get what God has for us in our own might, because he has so far much greater for you if you just allow him to do what he needs to do in your life, right? This is our season. Listen, having a mansion, having a nice cars, having money, because you cannot, and people, you gotta, I had to check my relationship with money, and I had to also check my level of identity in which I connected to the things that I valued. And I had to also learn to get away from limiting belief and mindset type of individuals, because there will be people as you're going through this journey that they have limited capacity to even understand or receive what you're talking about. So you can never be able to get confused with those type of individuals, because they're just a part of that's where they want to stay at in their journey. But when you know that what you're supposed to have, and when you know who you are, you only accept what God confirms it to be what he showed you in your heart. So I've met so many people that be like, this is enough, and I don't need all that. Why you say you don't need all that? Is it because you don't have it? Is it because you don't believe you can have it? Is it because you're not willing to do the work to obtain it? Because everybody you never met a millionaire that was lazy. Listen, you've never met wealthy people that was lazy or poverty mindset. You never met, it cannot coincide. It is a contradiction. It is a conflict of interest. In order to be a wealth, you have to have wealth in the inside, meaning that you had to have put something in your mind. You had to have been through the process of healing. It's so much. It's not just about getting the money. Getting the money, you go get it anyways. If you do what the Lord told you, the money is only a byproduct. Listen here, everybody that went through it with the Lord got blessed regardless. Listen, Job that got his kids was taken away, everybody in his family died and everything. His body was tormented. When I tell you he was sick, the people from the outside thought he was about to leave up out of here. But listen here, the Lord allowed even his surrounding circle to give him back 10 times what he had in the beginning, meaning that you would never go without. Even if it looked like for a season that is leaving or you're losing it, it's only because God says, I want to give you more. We got to believe this thing without a shadow of a doubt. We must believe what we're saying we believing from out the Bible. We must walk it out. Don't just hear it. And see, it takes multiple times to hear the same thing. That's why you hear me talking about the same thing, because I need you to understand this is what I do for myself. So when you see all the different accomplishments that might be going on in my life, I'm talking real and hard, just like I talk to myself. Nekia, how bad do you want it? Nekia, are you willing to take the risk? Nekia, are you willing to go forth in the unknown. Nekia, do you say you love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you would never entertain a man that does not see your greatness and your value from day. Nekia, if you say you love yourself, you would never entertain anything that is contradicting what the Lord says for your life. Nekia, if you say you love yourself, you would never be offering yourself off to a platter for somebody to say, oh, I think you this and you that. I think, oh, well, maybe for them to please acknowledge me that. No, if you say you love yourself, everything you say you need is already in you, baby girl. This is how I talk to myself. This is how I talk to myself. So I'm not telling, moving forward, because the Lord is going to send me out to places that I've never seen before. But I had to be prepared for the unknown. Everything I do is intentional. When you all see me shave my hair completely bald for the third time, it was back in 2000, I think it was 14. I shaved my hair completely bald, and they was like, "Oh Lord, how you gonna get a husband with your hair bald?" I was like, "Well, if I'm supposed to meet him now, he gonna love this bald head." The same thing with the Lord told me to shave my hair bald, right? He told me to, and I know it might have sounded crazy to some people, shave my hair bald, but it was a season that I had to go through so that I had to learn a level of vulnerability. Listen, because when the Lord sends you places, you have to be comfortable with who you are, with nice clothes on, with minimal clothes on, with makeup on, no makeup on, with hair, without hair, with hair did, without hair did. You got to be comfortable and be able to own it with nothing, right? With the stuff or without the stuff, you have to be comfortable owning who you are, because he allowed me to go into places where people were looking at me plumb crazy because I had a bald head. So I had to get used to feeling uncomfortable. And I had to get used to allow myself not to shrink down because others aren't comfortable with my energy. I had to get accustomed to owning who I was in any environment, so that when he sends me up into this next environment, listen, baby, listen. I know who I am. But it was so intentional. It's not for everybody, but my form was me shaving my hair bald for the third time. And me being just willing to be exposed and vulnerable, because I was used to the cascading curls, and I make beautiful wigs. And I know how to make women look, every type of way. But he told me this season in 2014, after losing it all, after literally me saying, okay, I see it, Lord. I know that in the season that's meant to be my worst, I'm going to become my best self, and I'm going to learn how to master it. No matter if I got $5 in my account or $5 million in my account, I'm going to learn how to make myself happy. I'm going to learn how to be who I'm supposed to be, with anything or with nothing or with everything. Right? That's why when people meet me now, they're like, "Oh, you now I am exactly who you hearing right now. It's the same person you go see when you see me if I'm at the White House, if you see me in the hood, if you see me on the corner, if you see me on the stage. It's the same person, right? Because I don't have to change for anybody. He made this one girl with these fingerprints this way, so that I can learn how to develop the strength and the boldness that I need to have for this one set of body that he gave me. So that, because he didn't make no duplicates of me, just like he didn't make any duplicates of you. He don't need people to be duplicating other people. Who are you? He created you just for you to be your identity, for you to go out into the world and make a difference. Nobody can do what you are designed to do. That's why I don't look for customers. That's why I don't look for clients. That's why I don't look for anything, because the people that are assigned to me, they're going to be connected to whatever my alignment is with what my story is and how I can be of service to them. You don't need to be looking at that, because every dollar is not a good dollar. And the quicker people understand that, the better off they'll be. See, I'm not new to this thing. I'm true to it. I've been around money all my life, right? So I've learned that it takes more than money to live a good life, right? So when I see people judge me from the outside, or I see people that might be in a poverty mindset because they're just always talking about them people, why is it not you? Why are you just discounting you counting yourself out of the abundant living when you ain't even tried? You haven't even tried. It's more to just having the money. It's about I just told everybody that I just got my worth back. Do you hear what I'm saying? I got my joy, I got my peace back 2 years ago. I can tell you when it came back. I got my joy back last year. And baby girl just got her worth back 3 weeks ago. So do you know what that means? That means that I don't have to speak on that in any atmosphere because I know that now. See, it's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to own it. And when you can own it, it's just like breathing. You don't have to think about breathing. You just breathe. See, you don't have to worry about the wrong person coming in your atmosphere because that's already, you don't have to get them straight. You do not have to, because I used to have to prep people up and try to make sure I'm trying to tell them not how to hurt me or do me when I literally needed to just focus on healing so that I no longer have to do any of those things. Because if any of those broken, messed up, using, energy sucking people come around me, they go get delivered, right? Because you can't be around me unless you're willing to deal with your truth, right? Because it won't even be in my circle. It won't even be in they'll dismiss their own self. See, one thing about people, and one thing about the enemy, when he can no longer send his imps and whoever he's seeing, and when they can no longer be effective in your life, they disappear on their own. Have you ever noticed friends and relationships that when they could no longer hurt you, it just disappeared? It's the same way. When you literally heal to the point that the things that try to hurt you and break you can no longer do anything to you, it eliminates itself from out of your equation. So that's why I don't have to worry about getting a good man anymore. Listen, the other ones won't even come step foot over here because you can't, listen, that is no longer, it's just like going to the restaurant. That's no longer offered on the menu. That's how it has to get in your life. The things in which contradict what God tells you and who you are and what you should be receiving and connecting to, that's what, if it's anything opposite, you tell them it's no longer, hurt is no longer offered on the menu. Disappointment is no longer offered on the menu. Me being resentful is no longer offered on the menu. Me having hatred is no longer offered on the menu. Me suffering is no longer offered on the menu. Poverty is no longer offered on the menu. I'm so serious. Lack is not on the menu. Listen here, we have to own it, meaning that it's what we choose to entertain. It had to come back to it's what I choose to entertain in my life. It wasn't the people. I was allowing the people to do that to me because I did not value myself in that way, right? So when I started learning how, because they tell us to love ourselves, but how do I love myself? I love myself by getting in a posture so that I can really learn how to receive God's love so that I don't need any other love. And guess what? All the other love just comes. Guess what? All the other love just comes. You listen here. Because it was hard for me to even receive what God was telling me in my life. It was hard for me to even receive. That's why I understand when people go to church for years and they're just going to church in their life, because it's hard for them to receive, even believe what the word is really saying. Even if you really, really want it. I really, really wanted to believe so bad that I was worth it. I really, really wanted to believe that I was of a royal priesthood. I really, really, really want to believe it. But I was still hurt and broken in areas that was not allowed. It built up walls and it built up levels that did not allow me to really let that thing permeate my spirit so that it would not be something that I had to focus on anymore. I'm serious. I remember going to a restaurant and because I love to eat good, right? And I went to the restaurant and I was like, I go there for their key lime pie. It's a 5-star restaurant. And I said, I don't eat there. That day, I just said I wanted some of this dessert. I'm going to get some of this dessert. And because every single accomplishment I do for that happens in my life, I celebrate myself. And I would have you to do the same. It's nothing so small, because God tells us about the small beginnings. Nothing in your life that is an accomplishment to you, you should overlook it and just let it go by. I don't care if it's buying you a slice of dessert and putting a candle on it. You celebrate yourself for that, because that's something that was not in your atmosphere before. That's a movement forward instead of a movement backwards. So every time I have any type of accomplishment, in my life, I celebrated. Like this week that's coming up, I'm going to have a major celebration on Saturday. When I tell you I'm about to have me a good time, right? Because I have to choose to celebrate the things in which I know I work hard for, and you should do the same. Don't make it like, oh, that's something small, and don't let them people say, oh, yo, look, you know, people love to say, yo, look this, and yo, look, oh, how your little business going, or how your little this. Whatever it is that you used to didn't have, that you prayed for before, that you used to didn't have, that's now in your life, you need to celebrate it. And get from around them people that always talking about your love, whatever. It might be, listen here, you got to see it as grand, and you got to see it as big. So I went to this restaurant, and I said, I want me a slice of key lime pie to go. And they said, we no longer, you know, it's already about $10 a piece anyways. So they're like, you know, and then with tax and tip, you at about $14, $15 for this slice of key lime pie. But you know what they told me? We no longer offer anything for takeout anymore. You have to dine in. And I was like, oh, what? I can't get my pie? You know, this pie is just not like any other pie. Honey, I travels all the way on the other side of town for this piece of pie. I can't get my pie that I always celebrate with to go. They said no. And when they told me no, what did I have to do? I had to make a decision. Either I want this pie, even though I just wanted to get me this pie at this 5-star restaurant to go, or I'm going to sit down and ask them I'm going to have a table for one. And what did I do? I had my table for one. So I'll have a table for one. Because listen here. You either get with the program when it's no longer, when rules and regulations have changed, and that even though it was just about a pie, that's the same way it is in your life. Listen, you're either gonna act right if you go be in my life, or you can't be here. Either because this is what I accept and this is what applies for me. Listen here, people can't be regular around me. You can't be regular because you're not meant to be regular. People can't treat me any kind of way because I'm not meant to be treated any kind of way. And guess what? It's no longer offered on the menu. So I don't have ridiculous, depressing friendships anymore, and I don't have people that's pulling me anymore because that's no longer offered on the menu. This either is going to be a mutual exchange of good flowing energy, or that's no longer offered on the menu. You will literally dismiss your own stuff out of the equation because it's no longer available. That's the same way we have to be in our lives. It's no longer available. It's no longer available in your life. It's so simple. What are the things that you should be canceling off your menu? What are the things in your life that you are connecting to that's consistently contradicting where you want to be? What are the things and who are the people that's continuously downplaying you when they're supposed to be celebrating you? What are the things that you're entertaining that you should no longer offer at convenience, and the people have to step it up in order? I had to step it up and say, okay, even though I didn't want to eat out tonight, you go eat out tonight if you want this key lime pie. Listen, the same thing applies to our lives. Some people got to step it up in order to be in your circle. Some people have to, that's why, you know, you guys, I live a great life, and I'll continue to live a good single life until the Lord sends this man that don't shrink down when he gets in my presence, or feel like I'm his opponent, or feel intimidated by anything that is about me, or the visions in which that's his thing. So I have to allow God, I have to wait until the Lord sends the man into my life that can come correct. And it's simple. And I'll continue to wait. I will continue to wait patiently because I live a great single life. I live better than, listen here, I live so good. The Lord allows me to live what I used to dream of. I'm telling you. So it will only be my fault if I step in the way and try to go out and get what I think I should have. This is for everybody. When he already can give you what you feel you want and deserve in the place that you're at. Sometimes we're like, oh, wait till this happens or wait till that happens. No, listen, if you do the work, if you allow him to position you, you can have every single thing you've ever desired in this life. You can, I don't care if you're married, single, with kids, or without kids, you can have every single thing. So until I get kids, I continue to focus on the kids around me. I continue to want to be a blessing to all of those little ones that are around me. Until I get a husband, I'll continue to be a blessing to all of those that are around me. I'll continue to focus and love on myself. And when that season comes, it will come. But what I will not do is entertain a man that I know is not of standards of what I know I'm supposed to have in my life. Because I meet so many women, married men that they never had respect for, and they talk to them like they're 2 years old. And that's one thing, and that goes back to self-worth. Wait on who God has for you. Same with a man. Stop getting the women that you know are easy, and then you're getting frustrated and you can't stand her because you know she's allowing you to do things that you're not supposed to do. You know that you're in your spirit, you know that you're minimizing your life. And I told a gentleman the other day, stop minimizing your life by dealing with these women that you know are not holding you accountable. The same things with women. Stop getting with men that you know don't see your value because you have not taken the time to deal with, to see your own value. Be single, happily single. And if you're married, build on your marriage. Put some good seed in the ground. Focus on you and not the shortcomings of the person, and I guarantee you, through them seeing what you're doing in your life, they will catch on to it. Stop focusing on the people. If I stopped focusing on people, and just like when the last relationship came, I don't know how I got on single talk, but I stopped focusing on the last relationship. I did not say it was that man's fault. I told that brother, God bless you because you were Ishmael, and I know exactly who you are in my life, and the Isaac is coming. And I needed to see everything that I thought I wanted, because this one had everything on the list. He was every single thing. I mean, everything on my list. He was everything. He was everything I thought I wanted. And God gave me that, because God will give you what you think you want. Just for you to find out and be like, oh, never mind, let me leave that alone. He gave me everything I thought I wanted in this man. And baby, woo, honey, when I was done with that situation, it made me a better person. But because I chose to not look at his shortcomings, and I chose to say, why did I even attract this? So it's the reason why I even attracted this type of man in my life. So let me deal with what I need to deal with, so I no longer meet anything like this soul again. I'm so serious. And it has proven well. But you guys, allow the Lord to do the impossible and make it possible in your life. It's nothing out of reach. It's nothing that you cannot have. I'm trying to tell you, you can have everything you want if you just apply the word, if you do the work, and if you believe you deserve it. You hear those three things? Most people are not getting what they say they want because they really don't feel they deserve it. It's one thing to want the abundant living, but it's going to be a disconnect if your soul does not feel that you truly, if you don't really believe you deserve it. It's just like getting a good man. And then you see how some women are, once they get a good man, they be like, oh, something feel fun. They not even used to it. They be like, oh, I don't know. They so used to the men dogging them out, so they just like the men that's dragging them. Listen, so when a good man come along, it's like it's a whole new world. Be like, oh, he corny, oh, something wrong with him, oh, he too nice, is this true? The same thing applies to our lives. So I had to tell the Lord, please heal me, because listen, when you do send me the good man in my life, I don't want to feel like he's the enemy or something's wrong, because I want my spirit to really be able to receive and connect with him when he comes. Listen. For those that are single, ladies, enjoy yourselves. Listen, you only gain interest. It's so serious. You don't lose. You only gain interest. Gain your interest. For those that are married, cherish the partner that the Lord has. Who is at my door? Nobody comes to my door. Hold on one second. Who is it? I haven't ordered any. Yeah, I don't open doors for people that I didn't order AT&T, so I don't know why AT&T is at my door. So we just do not pay attention to it. So anyways, allow God to be God in your life, right? And allow the Lord to do what only you can do in your life. I mean, allow him to do what only he can do in your life. This is the season that you will continue to see so many miracles and so many things that you will see people speak of years ago, and you will now start seeing it come forth in their lives, right? This is the season where God is going to show up mighty and bold in our lives. He's going to go across the world because, listen, These platforms and the things and the businesses, these are only avenues for us to meet his people. This is only avenues for us to get out to the masses, because he told us to go out into the world, right? He told us to go out into the world. So allow yourself to be in a position, do what you need to do. Do not, if you're expecting to live a certain type of life, doing the same thing every single day that's not moving you towards where you want to be is not going to get you there. If you're doing what 99% of the people of the world are doing, do not expect to live like the 1% is living. If you're not doing the things in which you know the Lord told you to do, which is going to require sacrifice, it's going to require discipline, it's going to require another circle, it's going to require another environment. If you're not doing the things that's moving you towards, you guys, piece by piece, I was creating a new life from every aspect of my life, from the things that I wore to the things I read to the things in which, let me even show you what I'm talking about. This is listen, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me turn this around. Listen, this is my library, right? This is the library. Let me go ahead and sit. Hold on. This is my library, right? I wanted to become a stylist, that I didn't just do hair. I put myself in an environment where I wanted to learn and to grow. And let me tell you what my type of friends give me. Listen, let me tell you the books in which I read. Let's go on through the case. Listen, all of this is things that's speaking life into you. All of these are books that's literally getting me ready for abundance. Listen, all of these are books that's literally getting me. You see this high performance habits. Wait and see. Wait on the Lord for that man. Listen here. All of this is the word. I wanted good things that was able to help me become the woman that can come forth today. Let me go all the way down. Listen. Let's even look at this book. The 4-Hour Work Week. Listen, this is the construction Bible. Every single thing that I need to know how to build a house is in there. Listen here, all my good word of God. Listen here. Listen. Lisa Nichols, T.D. Jakes, Boss Bride, One Last Try. Listen here. Listen, these is my good old right here. This day trading and how to make this money. Listen, if you don't know how to, listen, this is my other favorite, natural healing, because I love herbs. But if you don't know how to do what you say, listen, if you can't hire a coach, why are you not reading the things in which you want? Listen, I have so many women that I know, listen, their books are here. Listen, are your friends, listen, do they have any books? Do you promote the people around you? All the things in which they are saying into the world. Listen, all the things. Listen. Own your own. How to secure your own bag while impacting the world by what? Miss Cheryl Pinkett. Listen, the people I know. Listen, the Black Woman Millionaire. Listen. That's right, the classic Catherine Ponder. I'm so serious. I read the things in which I want to be able to have knowledge on, because I know where I'm going. And I'm telling you, this is not the only, I know where I'm going. Like, listen, because you want to sell online. How do you sell online? The secrets of online marketing. Listen here, when you want to get into a marriage, crock pot love, you don't need no fast love. Listen here, you need to, listen, Ayana, but get over it. Listen, what are the things in which listen, the power of when it all happens, your what? I have books I've given, finding and fixing and flipping houses. Listen, what are the things in which you're reading? Listen, what are the things in which you're putting in your mind every single day? What are the people that inspire you? Who are the 3 people that inspire you? What are the things in which you're putting into your atmosphere? What are you willing to learn about? What are you willing to do? Listen, it's real. If you're trying to become a certain type of person, if you can't afford coaching, because I hire a coach every single year because I want to be a multimillionaire. So I want to hire millionaires to teach me how to duplicate what they're doing. So that's what I do. Listen, let me hire people that are already doing what I want to do so that I don't have to recreate the wheel. Listen, what's your what? What's your one thing that you literally, what is your why? What is your what? Listen, it's all in the things in which the millionaire success habits. You see this? The millionaire success habits. What are you putting in your spirit? Listen, I wanted every version of the Bible because you see, they good and old, honey. I done had them for years, but this is my season where I am now from reading a lot of different things that has allowed me to become the woman I am today. And y'all remember I told y'all that I was my vision board, but my love vision board, the Lord is going to make this thing happen. Yes, he is. So she's sitting right on nicely. She's sitting real nicely on my shelf, right? But I'm so serious. I had to allow myself to get into a place where I wanted the Lord to do what only he could do in my life. Listen, I wanted God to do what only he could do in my life. We all have the capacity. God does not choose just one person. Everybody has the ability to live an abundant life. Every last one of us. Every last one of us has dreams and goals and things that we want to accomplish. The Lord says, allow me to do it for you. Allow me to bless you is what God is saying in this season. Allow me to show you what I have for you in this life, but you must be willing to do the work. It's going to come with some late nights, some sleepless nights. It's going to come with you having to team up. It's going to come with you having to learn how to invest in yourself. Free can only get you so far. Let me turn this camera around for that. Let me tell you. Listen, the word free can only take you so far in this life. So many people want to learn things in which it's not designed for you to learn until you learn how to start investing in yourself. Free can only get you so far. It's going to be seasons where you have to learn how to invest in yourself. What are you willing to invest in? Meaning that what are you willing to put forth the things in which you work for because you believe that this is going. It's certain people that have gone before you. Why are you recreating the wheel? Why are you going at so many things blind when so many people have already done a lot of the things that you're trying to do? Why are you willing to waste more time? Go through seasons of being just straight stuck and don't know what's next and don't know how to get there. It's people that have already gone before you in some areas. So just ask the people, do they charge for their services? It's simple. But if you want to hold your hand like this, see, I have hired coaches that charge me $13,000 or more, $5,000, $4,000, $3,000. Some of them might have been even $9,000. Listen, I knew that it was only so far that I could take me in some places. So I wanted to learn from others that had already been there so I don't have to be worrying about recreating the wheel. You can buy some time in your life if you're willing to invest in yourself. And I'm not telling you also, but let me also tell you a good tip from a person that has hired several coaches. It's very important that you know where you are. And it's very important that you are truthful on the level in which you are. It's no need of you hiring a coach that's on level 5 and you just starting on level 1. You need to hire somebody that is coaching on the level in which you are, because then you'll get the information and can't use it. Then you'll be frustrated. Then you'll talk your own self out of a lot of things because you've literally you hired a coach that you can't use the information in which they're teaching on at that time. Hire people that are teaching on the level or have the information for you already ready on the level in which you are ready to go forth in. When people want to learn how to start a business, when people are sitting in my chair and at the salon, or when people come across me and they're like, Nekia, I've been in business since 2006. So for 13 years, I've been an entrepreneur. And literally, I would tell them, listen here, I have programs programs for people that want to start a business. All you got to do is go to my website. You'll go to courses area. You'll select courses. And if you want to start a business, it's an 8-step program. Walk you all the way through how to start your business. You ain't even got to guess. And then when you want to maximize your business and grow your systems on your business, I got another program. All you got to do is select what? The systems to maximize, meaning that all the programs and softwares that's used, because while you see me here, my business, you'll see a whole bunch of posts start posting on y'all timelines. And a lot of people think, no, I have systems in place to grow my business while I am not there, so I can work on my business, not in my business, right? Those are things that I had to learn through, because I wanted to know, how are these people making what they're making? How are they doing what they're doing? How are they doing it? But if I didn't hire them, I wouldn't know how in the world, what are they using? I had to spend my good earned money. I had to go into the unknown, get people that I did not know, and all of my coaches were across the world, money that I did not know, and sometimes I did not have, but the Lord made sure I never missed a payment or I never skipped a beat, and He allowed me to acquire access to people and their networks that I did not have. And He allowed me to learn the systems in which they use to be able to get. So that's how I learned how to multiply different things and how to maximize in certain areas of my businesses. And that's why you can see me doing so many things at the same time, because I'm working on my business, not in my business, right? And there's a difference, because we don't have to work this hard. So many of these things, you have to work the foundation of your business, but it's systems and it's different techniques and it's different platforms out here to help you do things that you ain't got to be doing all this manual stuff. I'm so serious. But I just wanted to share today, because I know it's somebody, and share this video out for somebody. God is doing what we cannot do in our lives. But allow yourself to get to the point that you'll always hear me keep on talking about loving thyself, and knowing your worth. I am a person and that's what I coach on, transforming from the inside out. Because when they see me, I want to tell them this is what going from disorder to divine order looks like. They can see me all made up and all this stuff, but I want them to understand this is what going from depressed to truly thriving on another level looks like. This is a person that literally used to hate herself, now genuinely loves herself, and then this is not even just love herself, every aspect of herself. So that's what I want them to meet when they take me to these new platforms and get onto these other shows and on the news and all these other things. This is what I want them to see, truth, because so many people live in what's not real. And the only way to maximize this life for what it really is if you live in your truth, whatever that is to be for you. And that's the thing that I want to be able to get out, because I've been around people that look successful all my life but were miserable. And I no longer wanted to be a part of that society. I don't want to just have it, but then I'm miserable, and I don't love myself, and I'm dealing with stuff that's dysfunctional, and I'm accepting less, and I'm continuously disappointing myself. I no longer wanted to be connected to that, because that was not my portion. But I had to learn how to start and be willing to start from ground zero. And not to say that everybody has to go all the way down to ground zero, but what the Lord needed to do in my life required me to lose it all so that He could really transform me into the person that I am today. And I know that what He's doing in this season is requiring your truth in Him. Just like this is a year that I have to get in my word like never before, because God told me last year, when last year came at the end of last year, I had did all this stuff business wise. I had not done what He told me to do word wise. And this year, that's why I got an appointment with the Lord in just an hour. Listen here, I have to put Him first in everything I do, because I don't want to be out of place. I don't want to be out of position, doing all the stuff I think I need to be doing or want to do, and I'm not doing what the Lord told me to do. Because I'm telling you, I learned the hard way that I've done all this stuff, and it's nothing like getting to that place, and He say, you've done all this stuff, but nothing in what I told you. That's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to get to the finish line. That's just like when I tell people, you want to pass it with flying colors. In this life, you want to live a life. This is another, you want to live a life that for legacy, for generations to come, they know your name and they know what you added to them without you even being there. You want to live a life that you can actually, because see, in the Bible, they speak of your lineage before they even say who you are. They tell you who you are, your grandparents. They tell you your great-great-parents. They tell you who you connected to from this. They tell you everything about the people you are connected to before they even mention you. When you live your life, you want to bring forth a life that the next generation knows exactly the value and the sacrifices you made for them before, without, they don't even have to know you. They know what you stand for. And listen here, I tell the people and my clients, the vision that you have for yourself in this life is going to require a lot of things, but it requires you to know how to maximize and to multiply and to duplicate. So you want to bring forth a level of living that can be duplicated so that you can share with others, so that they can do the same for their lives and make it their own and go from there and their own from there. You want to be able to live a life, not just live okay, but you want to live so good till you don't have to say nothing. Your life speaks for you. You want to live a life that when they say your name, they honor you in ways that it only came from the walk that you walked out. You want to live a life that when your eyes close, this world owes you nothing. You want to live a life that it's just like I tell people, what's the point in going to high school, going to middle school, going to elementary school and pre-K just to get a certificate of completion? So many people are living a life that they only go get a certificate of completion. You're not going to get the diploma because you're not doing what God really told you to do. You're not maximizing. You're not doing all the qualification that he told you you're supposed to be doing. What's the point of living his whole life and at the end he gonna say, you ain't did none of the stuff I told you to do? What's the point? And that's what my fuel and my fire is. I want to live a life that the Lord says, job well done, my daughter. Job well done. I want to be a young lady that has really learned how to love herself so that when I one day become a mother and a wife, I can truly add to that household. I can add and I can literally pour out of a cup that these kids can know from day one who they are. This man can know that I am his helpmate in ways that he could only have prayed to the Lord for, meaning that everything that I have acquired and that I know is actually for him. I believe in the man leading. I believe in the man running the household. I believe in the man being in a position that, because that's the role. I'm not supposed to be doing all that. But as long as I'm single, I'm going to run it. But when I get married, I'm going to be with a man that his platform is going to be able to multiply just by me walking in his life, right? See, when we know order and we know the word, you know what your role is on this earth. And so many people living so out of order but want an order blessing. We can't get blessings of God in ways that living out of order is not going to allow you to have. We must live a life of divine order if we want the Lord to bless us in ways that only he can bless us. And that we must know what our roles are as men and as women of the kingdom. So that when we go into different assignments and positions, we can be effective. It's all about effectiveness. It's one thing to hear something, but it's another thing for it to actually produce results. And this is what life is about. I'm all about bottom lines and numbers and results. If it doesn't give me the bottom line, I don't know. I don't see or know nothing else. I don't do gray areas. It's either black or white. And that's the same thing you have to be about your life. This is either taking me to where I want to be or it's not. This is either adding to my life or it's not. This is either helping me become the woman or the man that I want to be or it's not. It's so simple. All of this gray areas is keeping people in confusion. That's keeping people bound. That's keeping people tied up. Keeping generations held down because they're living in the gray area. No, let's get in alignment for what God told us we're supposed to live. Listen, he made this thing simple for us. He said we are above and not beneath. We are the head and not the tail. We are the lender. I want to be the lender. Listen, and for those that have a beautiful heart, understand that you will be tested in that heart space. Know that you will have so many tests to allow you to minimize your gifting in that area. You are blessed to be a giver. A giver never goes without. I learned that from my dad. A giver, he always was a blessing to people. And when I tell you the Lord, you heard me say I thought we were rich. Listen here, he was always a giver. He always did. But listen here, the Lord will test you in areas of your giving, and he'll allow you to be able to learn why you're giving. So that when the people that even try to use you, it won't even affect you. Because listen, you know why you're giving. You know from why in which you are put forth to give. And because when you're a giver, guess what you're going to attract? Takers. So takers are all customary and a part of the process. When you meet takers, that's normally because you are a giver. Takers can never duplicate your life because they're not designed to. Takers can only take. Takers can only try to steal, trick. They can never get nothing straightforward. They can never get, so they would also never enjoy the fullness in which that gift is supposed to be as well. See, when you are a giver, right? That's a space that means that you are connected, divinely connected to abundance naturally. Meaning that people will always wonder why you always have X, Y's, and Z's. They won't even understand that, listen, your storehouse is coming because your heart is pure. Your heart is good. You want to help. See, takers never come from that place. That's why takers, you'll see them look like they always trying to hold on to the life that they live in. They always barely surviving. Because it's coming from a whole nother heart space. Listen, when you are a giver, understand, because let me tell you about my story of giving. I've always been a giver my whole life. And I went through a season that I was giving, and I was giving on a whole nother level. I mean, I was doing so much. And when I tell you, I was happy doing it. And then I got to a season that I was attracting so many takers, and I literally just shut down. I got sick of people. I was like, these people trying to use me. And some of them probably were. But it was a lesson that I had to learn in this as well. So listen up. So when I shut everybody off, I was like, I ain't giving to nobody. I shut everybody off. Guess what happened, y'all? My well went dry, right? My well never went dry. Guess what happened when I cut off everybody? It just was like this. I was holding up even on my own blessing, because I'm like this. I'm like, I don't want them to use me. I don't want them to try me. So my hand is like this when we're in that type of energetic. And guess what happens? You can't even receive your own stuff because you like this, right? And guess what happened? My well went dry. So I was like, well, that ain't the route. So I was like, I would never allow people to make me literally get out of the position in which I am blessed to be in, because they want to be a taker. I just have to use the wisdom and discernment to know not to give to unfertile ground. I got to know not to throw my pearls to swines. I got to know when that's just not who I'm supposed to be giving to. So Lord, allow me to have the wisdom to know who to give to, because every place ain't fertile ground. You just can't be throwing money out everywhere, because some people, they just takers. Every 5 minutes, they asking this month, they asking next month. They're not doing anything to change anything in their life. They just asking every 5 minutes. So that you have to use wisdom to be able to give into fertile ground, so that the Lord will know that, listen here, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and he will bless you when you can freely give. Because see, one thing, now I'm recovering from my giving episode that happened years ago, that now even with my giving, I'm saying, Lord, please help me be able to freely give like I used to, because I know everything God has for me is in my giving. Lord, please allow me to give like I used to give. I don't want to be hesitating. I don't want to be questioning. I don't want to be pausing. I don't want to be like that, because that's living in my truth, right? That's living in my truth. I know God has so much. I know I'm a multimillionaire. I know he has so much connected to me. That's why I was tested in that area. And listen to those, and for all my other fellow givers, you know you rich. But if you allow these lessons to keep you bound and you don't learn from them, you're going to hold your blessings up. Listen, live in your truth. Allow the God to be able to help you. Even if you need help, Lord, help me in my giving with my tithing. Lord, help me in my giving with my time. Lord, help me, whatever your truth is for you. Because because in your heart space, you want to give from a place of free flow. Because if you don't, you might as well keep that in your pocket, because it's none and void. So you don't want to give from a place that you got to be questioning. Like, if I have to question anything anymore, I'll just say, Lord, continue to help me. Because I don't want to be coming from a place that I got to be questioning. Should I help them or should I not? I don't know. No, that you're messing up the flow. The flow is freely given. God freely gives to you. He freely gives to you. And that's the same way in which you receive all his blessings, the same way in which we're supposed to be freely given as well. I'm just talking from just my life and from what I've seen from my life, because I know he's connected me to be connected to wealth, and I had to be tested in areas to know what would I do. Would you give or would you hold it back? Are you allowing yourself not to heal in your giving space? Because he had to break me from pride. I'm telling you, I was a prideful person. I'm like, I don't need nobody for nothing. Listen here, when I went off to college, from high school, I had 9 scholarships. I bought a car every year with scholarship money. At one point I was buying a car every semester. I bought a new wardrobe every semester. This was with scholarship money. Let me tell you, I lived a good life in college. Listen, I double majored with scholarship money. Listen, I literally had some money. But let me tell you, I had to learn lessons connected to money as well, because the Lord knew where he was taking me in the future. I had to learn how to be responsible with my money. What is you buying a car every 7-8 months for? Just because you can don't mean you should. Just because, see, that's another thing. I went into the Louis Vuitton store the other day, and I went into Gucci, and I was about to buy me, it's this belt I want, and it's this purse. I was like, oh, I'm finna get this purse, and I'm finna get this. Just because you have it don't mean you need to do it. That took us a level of wisdom. I told the gentleman, I said, listen here, may I have your card? Because I told myself when I finished this first project, then I'll go to the store. But I had to give myself a goal. When I finish this first project, then I will go to the store. And this project has been going on for some months. Don't just be doing it because you got it. Just because you got it don't mean, because the Lord need to see if we are responsible with what he's given us. Listen, just because you have it don't mean you need to do it. So I turned on out the Gucci store and turned on out the Louis Vuitton store, and I was like, okay, because I'm used to just spending whenever I want to spend because I got it. I mean, I've always been able to buy what I want to buy. But that's not a good steward of what God has given me, right? So I had to learn how to gain some wisdom, some discipline, some control in those areas. Just because you have it don't mean you need to spend it. Just because you can don't mean you should. That requires growth. Because where he's taking you, he needs to know that you can be responsible with what he's giving you, right? That's how God works. He wanted to know what you do with the little things before he bless you with the big things, right? That's how he tests us, you guys. And this is my Manifestation Monday talk that I'm giving you all, and my assistant will be posting this on YouTube. So for any of you all that like any of the videos or the rants that I do, I have a whole catalog of talks on YouTube under Nekia Foxx that you all can and join the YouTube channel. It might be one of those talks that one day you having a day you need to listen to a few things. I have a whole lineup of talks on YouTube. But let me tell you, this is our season. But make sure that you are grateful for the small things, because God is preparing you and getting you ready for the larger capacity of things. And a lot of times it's not that we're not going to get it. He's just allowing us to gain capacity to really be able to hold on and maximize what he's given us. A lot of times it's not that we can't get it. Yeah, you can get it, but can you keep it? That's like when you tell people, oh, they win the lottery. A lot of them didn't have the capacity to contain that type of wealth, so they didn't keep it. You got to have the capacity to be able to maximize. God just don't want us to give him back what he's already given us. The Lord wants us to be able to multiply, to duplicate, to expand the territories in which he's given us. He wants us to grow into the things in which he's given us. He don't want you just to have the same thing you had 10 years ago. He wants you to be able to expand upon. If you're still living and breathing, it's more to come for you, right? And no, it's not that we will never be content with anything, but I'm just telling those that the Lord has placed something on your heart to do, that if you have not done it, that it's your duty or your responsibility to become the person. Because it's really that I used to think it was the men, when really it was me needing to be prepared for the man that God has for me. It was really me. I thought it was, it was really him allowing me to gain a capacity to deal with the vision that I need to have for the man in which the Lord sees forth to send in my life. The same way with business. business. It was not that I needed to lose my business, but he had to expand me so I can gain my risk-taking skills, my level of maturity with emotions, my level of knowing, having discernment in certain areas, especially business-wise, to knowing how to venture out and how to get knowledge in different areas and on another level in different areas so that I could gain the capacity, right? It's not just about getting to capacity to be able to build my platform, right? So that's why you're seeing different parts of my businesses are coming out at this time. It's because the foundation of them were built solid, right? And then I literally have a system, and this is what I work with my coaching clients. I have a system built on how you expand your business. And that's why when I created the Transformation Journal, I was wondering, so many people's lives have been changed by the Transformation Journal. It's designed for you to get clear on who you are, what you value, what your vision is, how to even map out your vision. So I'm like, the whole world needs this Transformation Journal. The whole world needs to be able to learn the same techniques I use in my life is what I placed in that journal. How you get clear on who you are. It speaks so much life into you. It gives you the encouragement throughout your journey, but it allows me to map out what I want to do when I need to do it so that it doesn't overwhelm me, so that I can know each month what I need to set place, and for each quarter what I want to do, and the projection for my entire year is already made out the October the year before, because I've learned how to, you have to do a projection because life always happens in all of our lives. But if we are not clear on who we are, what we want, there's no way you can really be in alignment with what all God has for you. It's just like you'll go to a function or an event, and the person you were supposed to meet, you didn't meet because you weren't even clear that the person that you needed to meet was going to be there, because you weren't clear on what you need to do. You didn't know why. You're just there. What's the point of just being, we're just living life and not knowing why we're doing it, what we're doing it for. So you have to be clear on what you want so that you'll be in direct alignment with it, and you'll notice what you want to start looking at. It's actually looking for you, right? So that's how this thing goes. So we have to get clear. We must get clear on who we are, what we want, because in order to offer services to individuals, you need to know, how can my services or how can my platform or what the things in which I offer or that are my gifting zones, how can it be of service to you? How can I help you? How can we partner up? You need to know all those things, because in order to close a deal, you need to be direct. It needs to be direct correlation between the transfers. Even when you get into business and want to close deals, they need to know what value you offer them. They need to know directly how can they receive the type of advancement from your services. They need to know that. And you need to be, in order to tell them that, and in order to close the deal, you need to be clear on that. Those are certain areas in which we need to know. But if you just wrote it down once, or you don't really own it, when you get into those places, it's going to be uncomfortable and you'll be forgetting. If you say the same thing over and over and over again, I guarantee you to get in your spirit. So you guys, I'm about to go because I have my next meeting coming up. But I want to tell you, listen here, this is your season for greater of increase and overflow. I want to just show you guys again. Listen here. Get your library together. See all these books. What are the books that you're reading right now in your life? Get your books together. Get a whole nother level of, this is my favorite place, you guys. This is where I come and I want it colorful, because I don't care if it's raining, I don't care if it's storming. You have to create the life that you want to live. And you also have to create the space that makes you feel good. What makes you feel good? Create that space in your house. Create that space in your by the circle of people that you're around. Create what you want to experience every single day. I like colors. Colors make me feel creative. I want to feel like I can come up with X, Y, and Z. Colors help my thought process. You can do the same for yourself. Create a space that, I like to come here and I like to sit by the window and just literally just sit here. And I like to do those kind of things. Create that environment in your life. Whatever that is for you, create an environment that allows you to become your best self. What are the colors when you close your mind that makes you smile? Put that around you. And one day that might be your branding colors. For your business, put it around you. Make, I don't care if it's a corner, honey. I made my prayer closet. I made sure it was literally a place that I can just speak to the Lord. You create the environment. Look, make today happy, right? You are my happy place. I'm talking to me. Listen, put it all around you, what you want to see. Create the space in which you want to thrive in. Make it colorful. Make it beautiful. You do it. When I come home, that's why I never like leaving home. Because where I live, I made sure this place was just as cute and cozy as it can be. Because if this is my safe haven, I need to feel like that. I remember when I used to live with everything falling out the closet and falling all everywhere and hiding stuff on the beds. But bless the Lord. Look at God. He allows me to be one of the most organized people I know now. Right, look at the Lord. He will get you ready because I said, Lord, I want a big old nice house. So I want to learn how to treat what you gave me right now good so that you can bless me with the nicer stuff. I was speaking it to existence. The same way you can be in your life. Like whatever that vision is for you. I'm just telling you that's my vision. I don't know what your vision is. Some people, because I believe, some people, whatever God has told you for your life, you just need to do your duty to make sure that happens. And I guarantee you he'll continue to expound upon that bit by bit, piece by piece. And for those that are not connected, even on my Instagram page, it's very motivational. It's under Nekia Foxx. It's very simple under the Instagram page. Tell your friends when you have friends that's having a bad day. Literally every single platform that I have, it's just to be able to help somebody have a better day. Because what? You talking to a person that I'm telling was depressed for years. So I want to speak life into any area in which somebody can feel a little bit better, because I know how it used to be when I was depressed every single day. And I had to go through a lot of the stuff I had to go through on my own. So I know what it feels like. And we don't have to do all this stuff alone. But start off simple. If you can't get a coach, get you some books. Your house that you live in, create it to be very cozy and clean and comfortable. Start simple. Start where you are. It's so simple. Read the word on a daily basis. If it's 15 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, you give God some of your time. Let him start, being able to marinate in your spirit on a daily basis. Just start simple. It's real simple. Just start with where you are, and you have already exactly what you need. So you guys, I hope I was able to add some type of something in your day to day. I'm about to leave, but bless you. I'm Nekia Foxx from Nekia Foxx and Company. Oh, one more thing. You guys just seen that the practically everything oil just launched last Saturday. And we have the edge formation that will be launching soon. The manufacturer just sent me over. So far as the curl, I just been riding out with my hair. But as far as the curl formation goes, listen here, we have now the bonnets, we have the bonnets, the edge formation, the curl formation, and now the practically everything oil. So we have so many products to grow your hair, to maintain your curls, and to get you to seeing your natural experience for what it's designed to be. So literally, we're ready to be able to, it's a transformation place. So we're ready to help transform your life any way we can, from one aspect, from the inside out. So I am here for you. You can follow my website if it's any services that you need, from hair to beauty to everything to coaching. It's www.nekiafoxx.com. For those that have ordered the products online, I've told a lot of individuals Thursday through Saturday are normally the pickup days, or you can text the phone number that has been texted to you or emailed to you to be able to schedule a pickup. I'm so grateful and honored to be able to be your Miss Florida 2019. I'm so excited for this journey and all that's to come from it. And I know God is going to do mighty things through everybody, like through each and every one of us this year. So it's a done deal, and it's already done. So God bless you all. Blessings. Everything